All right, so we're in the lobby. So now we're gonna put the new MSS Next on this wall. I'm gonna start bringing cabinets in here. I've already kind of started. Got 3 of them in here. I'm gonna bring them all in here and then we'll start setting them up. Yeah, Mike, that's too close. I did shave, thankfully, yesterday for everybody so I don't look so bad.
People were asking about that.
Yeah, I know. I do have a razor. I don't need a GoFundMe for razors. If it's $1 million for razors, I'll take it.
You need a GoFundMe for your garage.
Ooh, yeah, GoFundMe for my garage, yeah. Yeah, this is like literally right now this looks gray, dark. It looks like a dark gray. I don't know why it's showing up that way on camera.
It's the reflection of that.
It is, huh? Because it does not look green.
Light bounces, Mike.
Like I should get something green and hold it up to it and you'll see it's not green at all. You know what they look like? Like gunmetal, like a blued gunmetal. So we're gonna more or less use one of our pre-configured arrays here.
So this is the 190, just to make
This is the 192. This, if you look on our website, this is gonna be the 192. The only thing we're doing differently from what you see on the website is they're gonna be 9-drawer on, all of them are gonna be 9-drawer. I'm gonna give you guys kind of a brief explanation of how these go together. So what you have are these posts. These are considered, this is like an end post. If you're ending a lower base cabinet array, this is what you'd use. Now, there are 2 different types of screws. You've got these socket-headed cap screws that are for hanging the uppers, as well as installing the posts on the back of the cabinet like this. So there's actually 3 that go on the post, 2 that are keyholed, and then the third one you'll install after you slide it in the keyholes at the top. So these 2 go in here, and the bottom 2 keyholes, like so. And then once this cabinet is pushed back, it'll attach here and here with these black screws that come with it. So I'll start leveling it. So the leveling feet take a 4mm Allen. So I like using it on a ratchet, just makes it easier. Yeah, measuring off top of base to my laser line. So I want to make all 4 corners the same. That one is level. So now I'm going to install get the post tightened down. So remember I told you the bottom 2 are keyholed, the top one is not. Okay, so what I'm looking at is, I'm looking for plumb here. So now I'm perfectly plumb. So now we'll check it front to back. So what we'll do is put the level up here, and we'll check out, see if we're level, which we are. So now that that's plumb and level front to back, now I can join the wire post to the closet. As I mentioned, it's these 2, these Phillips screws, and they through screw right through the side. There's 2 spots for them.
It's pretty easy to do.
It is pretty easy, Mike. So there's one there and then one here. So now we've got this 26.5-inch base married to the closet. We've got our single wide wire post in. Next thing to do is grab a 33/4 9-drawer and get it leveled next to this. Then we'll through screw it and put the joiner post in. So I take one of the socket-headed cap screws, a washer and a nut, and I join the cabinets together on the front. All right, so that's done. So they're level, they're plumb, they're joined together here. Now we're gonna take one of the posts, the joiner posts, and we're gonna put it in through the keyholes at the bottom 2. Pretty self-explanatory, Mike, yeah, it is. And then now that those are in, we can take 2 more of the socket head cap screws and join them at the top. If you have everything right, the screws will just go right where they need to go. If you can't get a screw started, you've got something wrong. Yep, I'll get the rest of the bases done just like I'm doing this one. And then we'll attach the last closet and then push everything back. All the bases are in, the closets are in, everything's tied together. So what's next? Back panels. So for back panels, it's these black Phillips screws. So they go in the sides of the wire posts. So what I like to do is just run them in pretty close to maybe leaving about 1/8, about like that. And then I'll show you how those drop in. So the back panels match, obviously, the width of the base cabinet. So in this case, it's 26.5 inches wide, so we just need to get a 26.5 inch wide back panel. And these go in only one way, okay? So as you can see, they're slotted, right? So they drop in like this, and then it drops up, that screw ends up in this area here, and then you can either, if you're installing it all up against the wall, you just get these nice and close, drop the back panels in, and that's it. If you can manage to keep it away from the wall, then you can go in around the back side, tighten the screws, and then get a group of guys to push the array against the wall.
Easy.
But this works just fine too. So, that's it. Pretty easy, huh, Mike? Bring it up. That's it. And we just carry on. 2 more to go. Production assistant Mike Waba helping out.
I've taken on some roles.
You've taken on some roles. We've lost some roles. I've lost some help. And you're picking up the slack a little bit for me. I appreciate it. This is a pretty rapid install, Mike. Pretty easy. All right. Here we go. Take your time. Use a laser. Use a level. If you don't have a laser, borrow one. It makes it a lot easier. And they're not expensive anymore, so I would suggest if you're gonna install a cabinet array, it's worth having a laser. Spend a little money. They're like, you can get a laser for like $100 nowadays. That's it, Mike. So now it's countertop. All right, Mike, so last part. Now in our pre-configured arrays, which this basically is, you have countertops that are symmetrical. So we're getting 2 of these, which will obviously split the seam in the center. So I got 1 more in here to grab. Very easy. I always say that. I think people are gonna start thinking I'm full of it. Huh? Get that little piece of plastic, Mike?
Yeah, I see that.
See that? No, I can do it. You're doing a very technical job there. There we go. Look at that.
That's fine.
Like a glove. And just so happens everything fits flush because we took our time, leveled it, made sure the faces were all in line. Now what's left? Anchor the countertop, and that'll kind of keep everything stable too. And then lastly, no, toe kicks, Mike. What do you want to do next, Mike? You want to do uppers, or you want me to attach the countertop?
This is satisfying.
All right, we'll do the dessert before the dinner kind of thing. So we'll do the countertops. I mean the uppers.
We'll do the countertop.
No, upper cabinets. So we're only doing 2 because we're making room for the TV. So these are pretty easy to do. So all you do, see there's keyholes right here, Mike?
Yep.
So we're gonna hang them on the keyholes, and then we're gonna put the bottom screws in after. Like that. Then you open it up. All right, and then that goes like that. All right, all that's left is tighten these up. I always start at the top, so it draws the top in, nice and snug, and then you can run the bottoms in. The difference between someone that's done a lot of cabinetry is they'll be faster, but the result can be the same regardless of whether or not you're doing this for the first time or the 100th time.
Yeah.
Just take your time.
Anything you have to say to people?
You're a good guy, Mike. That's what I was going to say. What's to say? I always like to start the bottom screws in.
About this, man.
Just about life.
It's a
Yeah. Well, okay, so we're done. So now all I've got left to do is attach the countertop and then put our drawers back in. Very easy, Mike. Mike,
You had some fans come.
I did, Mike. I did have some nice people come on, ask me some questions about installing their new Spalm scissor lift and their garage in general, but nice guys. I like meeting people that watch our stuff, Mike. It's nice to have positive feedback from, they really like the Mike and Mike stuff. And they said they learned a lot watching them, so yeah.
Use a surge.
Yeah, Surge always. I love the Surge. It's my favorite tool, Mike. It's my favorite tool. I mean, there's a lot of bigger, brawnier Milwaukee stuff, but I'm a big fan of this one. What?
It's really close, Mike. Their faces.
Oh God, I don't want to be that close, Mike. You know, I don't think people want to see me that close. All right, so the countertops are installed. So I've got 4 screws per cabinet for a total of 16 screws that are holding the top on. Now I'm going to install the drawers and wipe it down, and it's done. The mess can start filling it with tools. What do you think about that, Mike? You know? Yeah. Yeah, these are pretty easy to install. So this, you want to kind of squeeze these slides together and get it in. As you're squeezing them, you slide it back in with your hip. That's it. Pretty easy. So Mike, I just realized one thing we need to show people is how the toe kick's going. I still have the one over on the far right on the closet to put in. So we can show people how that goes. You got this piece right here, right? You can see that I've already got one done here. So this goes like this. You got these screws, which are the same screws that you put the back panels on. And what it does is it gives this bottom piece, goes all the way down until it hits Swiss tracks. So, and this one just stays up against the cabinet like that. That's it. So now I'm just going to go through and tighten all these toe kicks up, and then all that's left to do is wipe it all down with, I'll use eraser and wipe all the fingerprints off of everything. And then Matt can do his thing. He can order all his foam inlays and start organizing. This is a Pressol Pro Series, buddy. Ultimate in atomization.
People were asking about how the atomization is.
It's pretty good, look at that. I mean, it's so good that you're in a breathing product because it atomizes so well. But yeah, those tips are amazing. They don't crack. We sell those, Mike. Did you know that? You can jump on the website. Nah, they're spendy little dudes, but it's one of those things, you know, what do we call it? User experience, Mike. Yeah. Eraser does work really well on these cabinets, and it doesn't leave anything behind, right? So some more atomization for you, Michael. Look at that.
You can even hear the atomization.
Yeah, that's good, Mike. You can hear the atomization. I like that. It's a good tagline, Mike. The sprayer's so good you can hear the atomization. All right, so we're done. So overall, that took me 2.5 hours. And that's with filming and explaining and all that. So, you know, you give yourself whatever you think. I don't know. Give yourself a day. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Have a yeah, exactly. So it's ready to go. So all we have to do now is we're going to end up mounting a TV up here. So that's something we need to do, but you know, I don't need to show you how to do that. But at least we've given you a basic overall instructional video on how to do it. And we actually made, there's another video too that shows all the different arrays, and we went, I think maybe even more in depth. I think.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. I mean, between those 2 videos, if you can't install these based on those 2, you probably should have somebody else do it. Yeah, it's pretty basic. I would say this is a 0 to 5 wrenches, Mike. We'll give this a 2.
Maybe
A 2.
All right, buddy. Check it off the list.
Yep, check it off the list. I think it looks good. It fits the space. I mean, we just made it, right? Yeah, we're pretty good. So we got about 2 inches to spare.